Former Baytown police officer Kendall Williamson, also known as Fat Mac, arrested by Baytown PD. In this press release from Lieutenant Steve Dorst with the Baytown Police Department, on July 31, 2017, at 5:04 p.m., a Baytown police officer was working a secondary job, directing traffic at the intersection of West Baker and Carter Road. While doing so, the officer attempted to stop the traffic flow westbound on Baker when a dark-colored pickup approached the intersection where the officer was standing and did not appear to have intentions of stopping. The officer jumped out of the way, and the driver of the vehicle applied his brakes at the last minute, stopping just feet before striking the officer. When the officer approached the vehicle to contact the driver, identified as 76-year-old Kendall Williamson of Baytown, Mr. Williamson appeared angry and became belligerent and uncooperative. As the officer continued to try to direct traffic, Mr. Williamson continued honking his horn and shouting profanities at the officer, all the while revving his engine and lunging his vehicle towards the officer in an aggressive manner. After this continued for several minutes, the officer approached Williamson and instructed him to exit the vehicle, which he refused to do, offering active resistance and at one point grabbing the officer's wrist as she reached in the open driver's side window to unlock the door. As the officer attempted to break free from the grasp, Mr. Williamson attempted to put the vehicle in drive. At this point, the officer was able to get one hand free and retrieve her department-issued taser and simultaneously free her other hand. At the same time, Mr. Williamson placed his vehicle in gear. The officer deployed her taser at Mr. Williamson, and once the taser probes made contact with Mr. Williamson, he slammed on his brakes. At this time, with the assistance of other officers who had arrived on scene, they were able to place the pickup in park. However, Mr. Williamson continued to refuse to exit the vehicle, forcing the officers to physically remove Mr. Williamson from the truck. Mr. Williamson was subsequently transported to San Jacinto Hospital, where he was admitted for evaluation as a precautionary measure. The Harris County District Attorney's Office was contacted, and charges of resisting arrest was accepted on Mr. Williams.